Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and in today's film we're having a nice leisurely drive through central Paphos towards Paphos Harbour. So let's have the map, and I don't like maps like this because it's just one road basically. It's the B7 down to Little Roundabout, from there down to Kennedy Square, and then we're going to carry on to the Kings Avenue Mole Roundabout, and we'll finish by going down to Paphos Harbour area. So there you have it. Yes, these regular straightforward routes make a bit of a mockery of the map, but well, I suppose it could also be because I'm just used to it and know everywhere around here. Whereas if you're a newcomer, and welcome if you are, by the way, it will help. Anyway, I call this roundabout the Basket Roundabout because it's got a basket on it. I'm not sure why there's a basket on it actually, thinking about it, but it's a very nice little basket. Hence the reason it's called the Basket Roundabout. It's still got the Christmas tree up as well, which, considering I filmed this on the 16th of January, is a little bit tardy. Now if you take a right there and the first left, there's a very good furniture place. And a few other places as well, but it's mainly for consumers. There's a decent furniture place there. A lot of the other places are more business to business. And Agora is on the left, as well as One Stop DIY, and there's D&N Vets. And this road between here and Lidl, there are a lot of bigger shops here. They have more room to breathe, and you can find there's Sports Direct, various supermarkets, electrical shops, all sorts. But don't go above 50 kilometers an hour, because these days, more often than not, there'll be a chap with a camera somewhere. There'll be a little sign up in before him, but it's easy to miss. So just stick at 50. I know it will seem like you want to go faster at times, but don't. Stick at 50. Trust me on that. Costa's Tyres, if you get a puncture, they're a good place to go to, or if you need issues with your tyres, very good company indeed. Highly recommended by a lot of people. Can't fault them. There was Mega Electric on the right. But as I said, there were lots of shops there. If you want to get help finding somewhere, like sort of, if you're looking after furniture or anything, garden stuff, whatever, you should go onto our business directory at paphoslife.com/directory, because that lists loads of places on there. It's been going for a few years now as well. And if you want to help us with our films, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and share them far and wide, because it helps with the algorithm. And if you want to help us out financially, go to our Buy Me a Coffee page at paphoslife.com/ not paphoslife.com, what we're talking about, buymeacoffee.com/paphoslife. There, that's the better link. And chuck us a few coffees that way. All greatly received and appreciated. And if you want to get something back in return, go to our Etsy shop at etsy.com/shop/paphoslife, and there you can buy a selection of memorabilia featuring photographs we've taken of Paphos, mugs, phone covers, t-shirts, pictures, that sort of thing. And follow us on Facebook, Paphos Life, and join our Paphos Chat and Cyprus Chat Facebook groups, and that's the marketing out the way with. All before we get to Little Roundabout, or Little Crossroads first actually. There's Steptoes on the right, that's another big furniture place that's popular. There's a outlet centre of theirs up near D&N Vets as well, which we passed already. I couldn't mention every shop on this route because there are so many of them. CMC Electrics on the right is one we use ourselves quite a lot. Highly recommended. Now these lights here, do not try jumping them or doing anything. Just play completely by the book, because otherwise you can get a big fine. Also bear in mind that the car in front of you may well stop suddenly. So just be very cautious when you're going over those sorts of traffic lights. There's Lidl on the right, one of the big supermarkets that you get in Paphos. And on the left soon we'll come to Sklavenitis, which is another big supermarket chain, and they're the ones that have taken over Papantonio's. There they are. Other big chains would be Alpha Mega, Pop Life. Trying to think of any others. I think that's about it. If I was to like grade them compared to UK supermarkets, I'd guess that Alpha Mega would be the Waitrose, and the others would be like Tesco and Sainsbury's. Oh, and there's Philippos in Coral Bay, but that's not really a big chain. But as I said before, even in the little village supermarkets you'll get in the villages, obviously, the prices won't be that different from what you get in the supermarkets in Cyprus. It's not like how you can get scalped at Tesco Local, for instance. Bionic is an electronics store on the left. Going down the B7, all very nice since the renovation work a couple of years ago. It was a pain at the time, but it was worth it in the end. There's a nice bookshop stroke art shop on the left, and Kolios the Butcher's on the right, where I bought my Christmas pickled onions, if you remember. Depends how much you're paying attention. Perhaps I should do a quiz one day on the various places that I've mentioned. Right, and soon we'll be coming to the central Papantonio's supermarket, which will eventually be rebranded as Sklavenitis, but you can see it there nicely. And if you go left here, you'll be going up to Butcher Boy Road. Going right, you'll be heading into Old Town. But we're heading into Old Town going straight on, but we're keeping to the main road. Now on your right down there, not that one actually, it's the next one along. We'll take you to the Markadeo Theatre. It's a bit unlucky with the traffic lights in this film. It means I have to edit them all out, because otherwise it's boring viewing. Yeah, that's the turning from Markadeo too. And also if you want to get to Pumpkin House, you can turn down there. So I believe Evie's going to be back in her shop next week. I'll have to go down and film her, I think. And now we're coming up to Kennedy Square. On the left is the old police station that's becoming the documentation museum, which is a lot more boring, which will be a lot more interesting than it sounds. The name Documentation Museum, it's probably it doesn't, something, it's a phrase that doesn't really translate. It's a museum that documents Paphos, basically. But there's going to be some very nice outdoor features as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully that should be finished later on in the year. There's the Ibis Maliotu Park on the left, which is very nice since it was renovated. And you've got Old Town still on the right. It's basically this road cuts through the centre of Old Town. And on the left you're going to have, at the top of the hill, you'll have Muse Restaurant, and we're just going to be going past Green Air, so give a shout out to them too. There they are, for your solar solutions, go there. We do other stuff as well, but predominantly photovoltaic is their game. And we're coming down through, there's quite a few more shops here as well, and a few little restaurants. There's Angel Guardian's Funerals. We do occasionally get asked about the crematorium, when that's arriving. It's arriving when it gets here, is all I can say. It is happening, but it's just one of the key phrases you'll come across if you come to Cyprus, if you move here, is siga siga. Things happen a bit slower here, but that's one of the reasons a lot of people move to Cyprus. So if you move to Cyprus and forget that, then it's your own fault. Oh, and if you are thinking of moving to Cyprus and you've got a young family, etc., and you live in the UK, do some proper research first. Don't just listen to a couple of people on YouTube, because it's easy to be glib and say, oh, it's great, etc., but it's your family and you've got to look after them properly. And it's not as easy as some people are making it out to be. Right, on the right you're going to have Kings Avenue Mall. Coming up, there's a new parking area on the left, which is all nice and open now. That it used to be a parking area before, but it was just like a dirt and a bit of a quagmire when the winter rains come. Speaking of winter rains, we need them. I mean, it's nice having sun, etc., but we really do need lots of rainfall in the next month or two. Otherwise, it'll be an interesting summer. And there's the Paphos walkway. We'll be going under in a minute. That's turned out to be very popular with people. And that links the archaeological park with Fabrica Hill. Fabrica Hill's great, I love it. For years we used to drive past it, just thinking it was just a bit of wasteland. But believe me, if you're in Town and Paphos, just walk up there and have a wander around. It's lovely. You'll see some nice ruins, but it's a very peaceful place as well. When I say ruins, I mean Roman stuff, basically, in Greek. I don't mean like Bar Street ruins or anything like that. Like Lineker's, for instance. And we're coming down towards the seafront now. Yeah, most of the road we drove along was the B7, and I think eventually it doesn't become the B6. I don't know what the bit between the B7 and, well, basically Poseidon's Avenue is called, but I'll look it up one day. And there's the seafront we all know and love, and the free parking on the right, and there's some nice clouds here. I can't remember if they appear in this film better. It was interesting though, because someone posted a picture of them just as a cloud picture on Facebook, and I thought, I recognise those clouds. Sure enough, it was the same ones. I like a good cloud shot, and there's the seafront with the nicely restocked flower pots looking great. That guy was sprinting with his pushchair. He had a little pram with a kid in it, and he was sprinting down. It was a jogger, I should add. He hadn't just nicked a pushchair or anything. Oh, someone's practicing a drum somewhere. I can hear in the distance. So we're just looping back around, and I was parking because I wanted to fly the drone here on some of my numerous drone films that you've seen. And after I've done this